Dear friends, do you get nervous while going on the stage or when you speak in front of a big crowd? Or do you get nervous when you're talking to any person who is fluent than you or very confident? It may happen that you may get goosebumps when you're talking to a senior person who is very confident, maybe your boss or your teacher or your HOD. If this is your problem, then this video is for you. Watch this video, and at the end I will give you such tips, such psychological tips which will help you to overcome this problem and get a permanent solution for this. So let's start. Dear friends, my name is Dr. Sandeep Patil. Actually, I'm a PhD in mechanical engineering, but my passion is soft skills. My passion is improving communication skills. My passion is positive psychology and emotional toughness. I am doing this since last 18 years. In these 18 years, I have developed one very unique and very innovative training program called English Communication and Confidence Therapy, a new approach. This is a very popular training program. Students from not only India but abroad also participate in this program. In this program, when I talk to students and I ask them what are their problems, one of the most important problems they tell me is fear of public speaking, fear of giving presentations, and one more fear is there, fear of talking to someone who is more fluent than them, who is more confident than them. These are the problems my students face. I use some psychological techniques which help them to overcome the problem, and today I am going to share the same technique with you. This technique will help you to overcome the fear of public speaking, be a confident speaker, and you will speak naturally and easily to anyone who is more fluent than you, more confident than you. So let us start. Now see, understand one thing. Let us understand why we get nervous at the first place. We get nervous means exactly what happens in our mind. See, understand our mind. We have to understand the thought process. We have to understand the mind. We have to understand our evolution. When we get nervous, there is a part in our brain called amygdala. This part gets activated. This part is called as the emotional brain, or sometimes it's also called as the monkey brain. This part creates emotions in us. Now, emotions are very important for us. Fear, anger, anxiety, these are important emotions, and they are important. They are not unnecessary or unrequired emotions. They are important for survival. Why? Because millions of years ago, when we used to live in jungle, during those days, there were constant threat to our lives, to our ancestors' lives, like in the form of tiger or in the form of a lion, or maybe some enemy tribes would attack and kill you. And due to this threat, nature gave us one gift of emotions, and that is amygdala. This part continuously watches for the threats, and if there is a threat, it warms your brain. Now, you know exactly how it works. I'll explain you in short. When you see any threat, when you see that your life is at risk, in brain there is pituitary gland which secretes hormone, and these hormones like adrenaline is there or cortisol is there. These hormones are secreted in our body. They give a signal to our body that, come on, get up. You have to fight, flight, or freeze. These are three responses which we do. I repeat again, fight, flight, or freeze. Now, what happens? When your body gets these hormones, you get very excited. You get your heart starts pumping very fast. You start sweating. You start getting dry throat. All these are symptoms of bodily nervousness. Now, this is the way body and mind works or talks to each other. This is also called as psychoneuroimmunology, means connection between mind and body. Now, these are some of the basics about how our mind works and how and why we get nervous. Now, let's move ahead and I'll tell you what is the solution for that. Before going to the solution, I would like to tell you that, see, what happens is, in our real life nowadays, there are no life-threatening situations. For example, talking to public, giving a presentation, or talking to someone who is fluent than you. This is not a life-threatening situation. But our amygdala is programmed for that. Nowadays, we don't have tigers or enemy tribes who will kill you. But our amygdala doesn't understand. Our mind doesn't understand that. and it thinks that the public is a threat for you, which is not. Now we have to understand that we have to handle these emotions, that is, handle the emotional part of the brain step by step and properly. And the technique for this is called as in vivo desensitization technique. I repeat again, in vivo desensitization technique. This technique is used by psychologists to cure the phobias and to overcome the anxiety problems among their clients. What happens is, there is something called stimulus and reaction. Stimulus is a situation which triggers that fear in you. That is stimulus. In our case, it is public speaking or giving a presentation or talking to someone who is fluent in English. Now, this is stimulus and our reaction is there. We have to understand the stimulus and reaction, and there is a step-by-step procedure. I will explain you every step in detail. Don't go anywhere, continue watching. I will give you such steps which will help you to overcome your fear, anxiety and any problem connected with public speaking or talking to a fluent person. Alright, now I'll tell you some important tips. Listen carefully. If you want to be a good speaker and a confident speaker, first step, don't avoid any situation like public speaking or presentation. Don't avoid them. Face it and go ahead and do it. But wait. Number 2 point, don't directly go in front of 50, 100 crowd. Don't do that. Go step by step. If you do that, if you directly go in front of a big crowd and if you aren't able to speak properly, you will get more panic, more nervous. So this is a step-by-step exposure technique. We have to keep this in mind. Now, go in front of 2 people, 4 people, small groups, step by step. Okay. Once you do that, the next very important tip is observe your emotions. You will be nervous. You will be fearful. You will get stressed. It's very normal. Observe that. Okay. And we have one more problem. We have emotions about emotions. Means what? When we get nervous about nervousness. Means what? We don't like to get nervous. We think that, wow, I'm getting nervous, that's not good. So we don't like nervousness. Now due to that, what happens? We get more nervous because we are nervous. You're getting my point? We get nervous about nervous. Now, another thing is there. Why we don't like nervousness? The reason is we think that if someone, the participants, I mean the public, if they watch you and if they realize that you are nervous, it's very embarrassing. What they will think about me? I'm like a failure. No, this is wrong. Don't think in that way. Even when you get nervous and people see you, there is nothing embarrassing about it. Why? Because nervousness is a very normal reaction and it comes to every speaker, including me. Whenever I go on the stage, initially I get nervous. Initially 2-3 minutes I'm nervous. Okay, so after doing that, the next step is now increase your number of participants. I mean, go in front of a bigger crowd. Go in front of a crowd which is 10, 20, 30 or 40. Same thing with a speaker who is confident and whom you are nervous to talk to. Go and talk to that person regularly. Go and expose to that person regularly. Speak to him regularly. And now you will realize that, of course, you have to note down your emotions. You have to observe your emotions. Nervousness will come, fear will come. Watch them, don't fight with them. I told you, this is the amygdala doing all the trick. Let it do. You don't worry about that. It is doing its job. Now, when you are getting exposed slowly, step by step, your emotional brain realizes that this is not any danger. This is not any life or death situation. And then it accepts this situation, means it accepts the public talk. It accepts that situation when you get nervous. And then your emotional brain cools down, calms down. Slowly it calms down. And then you will realize that now when you're going on the stage, you are not getting that nervous. Nervousness has come down. Your confidence is going up, up and up. This should not be stopped. Now, talk to that person who is fluent than you. Talk to that person who is confident than you. Expose to him and you will realize that your nervousness is going down and confidence is going up. Dear friends, this technique is very scientific, very powerful, very effective. I'd like to request you to try this technique. and then see what happens. I do this with many of my students and they're getting amazing results. Dear friends, I'm here in my farm. I just came here to relax. It's a Sunday and I was doing my all writing. It took me 3 hours to write the script for this video, but it has taken me years to understand this concept. This is only theory. Theory, that is, watching a video is very easy, but actually implementing is not impossible, but it is difficult. I want you to implement this. So go out and step by step expose yourself. And remember, you are not going to die. Nothing is going to happen. You will grow in the confidence. Alright friends, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Facebook. I am there. I will give you such more tips there. And definitely, I will ask you shamelessly to subscribe my channel. Please subscribe my channel. And I will upload more such interesting videos. Thanks for watching. Take care and goodbye all of you.